Hi, I'm Bethany Hardy. I am the counseling director at the Counseling Center at Burke Community Church, and I am a licensed counselor in the state of Virginia and New Hampshire. And I'm also a mom, so I'm here to answer some questions about difficult questions for Christian moms. So the first question is, what, if any, biblical explanation would you give a preschooler as to why you have authority over them? So with this one, I tend to not focus on the key of authority. So I would focus on, we treat others with respect. The Bible tells us to honor, respect, and obey our parents. And then that way you're getting out of the power struggle of, I have authority over you, or I'm the boss over you. So I try really hard not to use that language. I really try to focus on the emotional side of it, as to we want to respect others that we love, and kind of the reasons behind why we respect our parents. So this also teaches them to be respectful of parents, respectful of others, and just that idea of it's not a power struggle or authority struggle. So I really try not to use that word authority. My kids definitely know that in the Bible it says that kids are supposed to obey their parents, and so we kind of look into that as to what does obey mean, why do we obey our parents, and taking a look at that instead of focusing on the authority piece. The next question is, how would you approach explaining gender identity to a preschooler that was exposed to that concept? This is a very tough one. I hope that I never have to explain this to my preschooler, but I would just focus on what the Bible says about how God created boys and how they created girls, so you use it in the language that they understand. If you say God created two genders, male and female, obviously a preschooler is not going to understand that. So if you focus on boy and girl, that's how God created us, as a boy and a girl, and God created your sister as a girl, and that's how he wanted your sister to be. God created you as a boy, that's how he wanted you to be. And that's that would probably be my best explanation, but I really hope, like I said, I don't have to have that conversation with my preschooler. The next question is, how should you handle explaining your own sin or mistakes to your preschooler? Losing your patience, etc. So this is one that I definitely practice a lot. So I think it is so important to be authentic with your children. So when I make a mistake, yell at my kids, I will immediately go to them and apologize for it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with them seeing you apologize. If anything, it shows them that, okay, big people make mistakes too, not just little people. So I always talk to them. I say, mommy was having big feelings and I should not have yelled at you. And then I ask for their forgiveness. And so this is part of modeling how they should handle it, so that when they do something wrong, I don't have to necessarily ask them to feel sorry and ask for forgiveness, that it will just become a habit for them to do on their own. The next question is, what was the hardest part of having a preschooler for you, and how did you handle it? Well, I still have two preschoolers, so I will say I have one boy, one girl, and I think the endless amount of energy that you have to consume mentally and physically, often not getting breaks, it can be physically exhausting. So one thing that I have done and my husband have done is, on the weekends we'll kind of give each other a break on a Saturday. So I'll watch the kids and hang out with the kids for an hour and a half, and he can kind of go have his downtime, do whatever he wants to do. And then we'll switch, and then he'll watch the kids, and then I'll get an hour and a half to do what I want to do. Sometimes it's longer depending on the day. So that's basically giving us time away from the kids to take care of ourselves, but it also gives the kids that individual time with either just mommy or just daddy. And then by the time we're ready for our time with them, we're a little bit more rejuvenated. So sometimes it can feel like you're just crawling and grasping for a breath of air, and because you just feel like there's just constant amount of energy, and why this, why that. And so just giving yourself that break, still allowing yourself to spend time with your friends, do family outings with other friends, family friends, play dates. So just really mixing it up. I would say our weeks never look the same. I'm always trying to do something else, whether it's at home, doing a different activity, or finding a different activity in the community to take the kids to and expose them to different things. But that's also for me too, so that I'm not just stuck in the house with them. So it's really a balance between, giving yourself self-care, but also making sure that you're at your best for your kids. Next question is, if you could go back and give advice to yourself when you were mothering young children, what would it be? I would say, I'm still mothering young children, but I think the biggest thing is giving yourself grace. You will make mistakes, and that's okay for your kids to see mistakes. It's okay for your kids to see you and your spouse fighting. The key is that they see how you resolve it. So if my husband and I have a disagreement and the kids are there, always making sure that resolution is done in front of the children, so that they can see, okay, mommy and daddy are fighting, it happens, but they still love each other and they are able to resolve it. So knowing that you will make mistakes, forgiving yourself when you do make mistakes. Everyone will probably yell at their kids at some point, and it's about owning it, forgiving yourself, and acknowledging to your kids that you shouldn't have yelled at them. And then I guess the other piece would be just finding your identity as a mom can be challenging. So making sure that you're able to find your identity in being a mom, but also outside and of being a mom in other areas that you really enjoy. Don't give up. If you love reading, don't give up reading. Find time where you can read a book while your kids are also reading a book. Or if you like working out, bring your kids down. My kids walk on the treadmill with me while I'm working out, and they think it's the greatest thing in the world. So just including them in your life and in your identity, so it's not just all you focusing on them and then not having an identity of yourself. And that is all the questions in that topic, but join us next time for more questions. Bye.